Hi Flosstube, welcome to this video. My name is Anna and I'm here to talk about cross stitch. Today is Monday, March 3rd. I am working today, but I just finished a meeting and it's supposed to be in the 60s outside today, so I'm about to dismantle my desk or my workstation and move it out to the patio, and I'm gonna hopefully work for the rest of the day outside in the sunshine before we get some more weather tonight. We're expecting some rain and snow mixed. Really in March it should be snow, but we're expecting rain. We'll see what kind of weather we get. Anyway, I am feeling better this update than I was last time, but I am sick again with something different. I got a cold this time. Ethan got it first and then he developed an ear infection, so we've been dealing with that. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. This month I had a small finish. Then I went ahead and FFO'd that, fully finished it. I had a new start and I worked on 4 other whips. So I'm gonna go through what I worked on and then I will announce the winner of the giveaway from last time. And then I will talk a little bit about my plans for March. And then at the end, I'll share a little bit about what I've been up to, what we've been up to with Ethan. So to start with my small finish, I finished this little mouse for Valentine's Day. This is from the pamphlet From Susie's Zoo with Love. It's just a leisure arts pamphlet. Oh, you can see my computer. Yeah, so he's all done and backstitched, and I think he turned out really cute. This is not the frame that I originally chose. I originally chose a heart-shaped frame that kind of mimicked something I didn't stitch in this pattern, but it was just a little too tight between the tail and the tip of the arrow, so I just went with this frame that I had. And then I also went ahead and framed the other ones that I have finished in past years. So this turtle got a frame, and then this little duck. And these are just little frames that I picked up at thrift stores and estate sales, and I picked up a couple others that I got home and they just didn't clean up very well, so I just put them right into the donate bin. But these 3 worked out, and so I need to take down Valentine's Day decorations and get out some things for St. Patrick's Day. So I'm gonna just put these in that tub with the rest of the stuff, and then that's where they'll be until next year. So that was a finish and an FFO, and I got those other ones into frames too. So go me. Glad to get that done. I would like to finish up some of the other, would like to fully finish some of the other finished cross stitches that I have in this drawer down here. They're done. I should get them on the wall and enjoy them, and I have a lot of components to frame them. I need to do it. Okay, so for things that I worked on in February, it did snow a couple times, including one snowfall. We got over a foot of snow here, which is not unusual, but that's way more than they anticipated. So we were expecting maybe 5 to 7 inches, and then to wake up to more than a foot was unexpected. And I feel like everyone is experiencing more of that these days, that the forecast is just not quite what they said it would be. Okay, so when it snows, I try to pull this stocking out. I will also stitch on this at other times, and then, you know, just if I feel like it, but I try to do at least one length of thread when it does snow, and then what happens is I'll often keep working on it for more than that. So I'm working this one around the outside, and this time I got all the way up to this bird, and then you can see that next is the sky. So the sky is all half stitches. The next few times I pull this out, it should go a little quicker. I will take it out of the hoop real quick. See this. It's very stiff, Ada, and it was curled up. So this is where I got to. You can see a bit closer. I continued to work on this reindeer and these bells and this. It's not ribbon. What is the strap that the bells are attached to called? A strap here. And then I continued up into the edge of the reindeer, and this is the top of his neck, and then he's looking like inwards. And then these are some of the antlers. You can see this is the cardinal that's sitting here, and I just have a couple other colors in these antlers, and then it's all sky up to the band at the top. So I'm happy with that progress, and it is still snow season here, even though we're supposed to get rain tonight, so I will leave this out, and I'll pull it out again if it snows again, when it snows again, hopefully. So yeah, that was my dimension stocking. So I worked on that. I also worked on my Reolist kit. This is called White Owl. I'm using the kit wool acrylic threads, but I switched out the fabric to be a navy Aida. And my goal for this one this year, I can't remember what I said in my whip parade, but in my notes I have that I wanted to make any progress on this. So technically I've met that goal now, and I could put this away for the year, but I'm kind of digging it. So I might leave it out a few more days, and yeah, we'll just see how far I get. So this is where I got to. So the face is still not, it's still a little creepy, but it's much better than it was before with these just empty eyes. For this one, I am doing the typewriter method. So I finished this top row of 10 by 10 squares, or partial squares. And then I was going to come back over here, but I didn't want to move the hoop. So I just am going back this way now on this row. And that's how far I got. This is looking much better now that I like seeing the progress a lot more doing it in this fill-in method. So I'm going to keep going with that. And like I said, I'm not tired of it yet, so I'll probably keep it out for a while. Usually at the beginning of the month, I'll pull out 4 or 5 projects and put them upstairs, and then I'll just choose from there, and it just kind of narrows down my choices. So I'll probably keep this one out in case I want to stitch on it some more. So that was the White Owl. I also worked on my Rosewood Manor Spring Quakers. For this one, my goal for the year is to do 3 motifs. And so I did these 2, and I started on this one. Let's see it. This is where I'm at. Oh, let's move these so you can actually see it. So this is where it's at. And I worked on this one, which are both finished, and then I started on this one. I don't know that, we'll see what happens throughout the year, but I kind of don't want to count these as 2 because they're so small. But if we get to the end of the year and that's all I got done was those 2 in this big one, then I would count it as meeting my goal. So yeah, it's just good to see some progress and to set some like achievable goals. And then if I exceed them, then great. So that is Spring Quakers. I think I'm also going to leave this one out because I do have this thread hanging and it is very springtime. So not a lot of changeover and variety for my stitching next month, I guess. The last whip that I worked on is my full coverage from Heaven and Earth Design. This is Mini Birdsong. And I've been working on finishing the 20 wide diagonal that I had started last year. I have a lot of parked threads on this one, so you can't totally see all of the progress, but let's see what I worked on. I guess I'll put it up here like this. See it? So I worked on these pink flowers here. I was excited to get into these and see them develop, but they took a long time. There were a lot of different colors in there. And so I also stitched down here into some of these greens, but you can't really see behind the park threads. So that's pretty good progress, I think. I'm trying to get down to the corner here. Let's roll it more. Here's the end of the column down here, and then my goal is to come back and do another full column this year. We'll see whether that happens. So that is Mini Birdsong. Okay, the last thing I have is a new start. I started a Mill Hill buttons and beads kit. I am doing this Luck of the Irish, and it's going pretty quickly because there are not very many colors. I mean, there's some rainbow in here, but otherwise it's all just these golds and greens. And I need something behind it. Okay. So here is my new start. It is a lot further along than I typically have with a new start, but again, it's just because there are not that many colors. So it's gone pretty quickly. I have finished the cross stitching like down to here, I think. And then I started beading also. So the top 10 by 10 row I think is almost done. I've stopped here, and so I've got this part here, and then I think this top row will be done with cross stitching and beading. So yeah, I really like it. You can see all the borders are a little bit different. Keeps it interesting. And I like that this is started the month before the holiday, so I kind of looked forward to St. Patrick's Day while stitching this, and then I'll keep it out in March and keep going on it. I don't know if I'll finish it in March. I'm not gonna pressure myself to. It's just like a no stress hobby for me. But if I did get it done, then I would feel better about starting something new. So yeah, I'm excited about this, and it's coming along pretty quickly. So that's Luck of the Irish by Mill Hill. Those are all the things that I worked on. Yeah, I guess I'll do the giveaway winner. Let me grab the pattern. Okay, for the giveaway, I am giving away this Birds of a Feather, No Bees, No Honey pattern. I finished stitching this, and I am on the lookout for a frame to fully finish it, but I haven't found one yet. So in my last normal update video, I asked you to leave me a comment about how you use honey in your like cooking or drinks or whatever. And a lot of people reminded me that I use honey in other ways too. There were some like grilling, like marinade, or like a grilling recipe, like honey chicken, that kind of thing. And then also a lot of people use honey in their tea, it's a good tip when I had this cold. I definitely tried that, and it helps a lot. So it's really neat to hear people talk about how they use honey. The winner for the giveaway is, I can't read my own handwriting, Barbara Burdette. So congratulations, Barbara. I will message you and we'll connect about how I can send this pattern to you. Okay, so for March plans, I think I'm going to keep out, I said Spring Quakers and White Owl, or maybe it's Snowy Owl, White Owl. I'm going to keep out Luck of the Irish, and then I think I'm also going to get out my Dragonfly, just because it's kind of green in springtime, so I'm planning to work on that. I'm also planning to have a new start. I'm going to grab it here. I've decided to start something small. It's going to be Rascals by Pedal Pusher. I went into my DMC and I had all of the colors for it, except I did not have an extra bobbin of this, but I had a project with it, so I just took one length of thread and made a new bobbin for it. And then I also had this little piece of water lily linen. It's the perfect size, and the colors look great on it. It's really hard to tell in this lighting. Maybe if I put white by it, it'll be easier. It's just like a kind of green-gray color, and the pattern looks like it's on a gray or a natural. So I'm gonna start this. My husband and I are going on a road trip for our anniversary, It is our 10-year marriage anniversary. We got married in 2015, just privately at the courthouse, mostly because my husband was active duty military, and once we got engaged, it was like, we should just get married. So we did that, and then we had a wedding like a year and a half later. So we have 2 anniversaries, our marriage anniversary and our wedding anniversary. This is our 10-year marriage anniversary. I'm gonna cough, hold on. So sorry if this video is choppy. I have a cough and I have to pause it every now and then. Anyway, we're going on a road trip to Santa Fe, New Mexico. We live in the Denver area, so it's like a 6-hour drive down there. Oh man, I've got a tickle in my throat that I just can't kick, and coughing has made me red, especially in the places where I got sun yesterday. Okay, we can get through this. I just got a tickle in my throat, just cannot kick it. So anyway, I'm hoping that at the end of March, I can give you guys an update with some pictures about how our trip to Santa Fe went. I had some other things to say about our time with Ethan, but I'm not sure we can get it out without another coughing fit. So I'll just quickly say, one thing that we did in February is we went to a DU hockey game, which was a lot of fun. It was, the tickets were a gift from my sister-in-law for all of us to go and watch this hockey game when they were in town. So that was tons of fun. His favorite part was the Zambonis, but he's a big fan of like street sweepers and trash trucks, so it made a lot of sense that he was excited for those to come out. He was also really interested in just everything, the hockey, like the people skating on the ice, and then the crowd yelling and all the music. It was just a really great experience for him. So we all really enjoyed that, and it was great for him to spend time with his cousins and to do something exciting like that. Something else that we do in the winter, just as an indoor activity, if anyone is looking for something to do with their toddler, we have a shopping mall near us. It's kind of empty. There are several stores that are closed, but we go there. They open the doors a couple hours before the stores open for people to walk, like mall walkers. And there's also a like play place for little toddlers. And so when the weather's bad, we will go to the mall. And one of his favorite things to do is they have a row of cars that you can rent, and then the kids can drive them around the mall. So we like to go there, and we don't rent the cars. He just gets in and out of them and pretends to drive. So we can do that for like 20 minutes, and that works for us. So I got a picture of him doing that this time. So that's something else that we do. Otherwise, we spent a lot of time outside, getting a lot of sun. It's been really beautiful out. I'm hoping that when I come back at the end of March, I will be well so that I can actually share my progress without having to take so many breaks to cough. So anyway, I think I'm going to go, and hopefully I'll be back in about a month with that update, including my trip to Santa Fe. And until then, happy stitching. Bye.